Hello fellow survivors and welcome to another video on Outerloper, the custom experience of interloper where you can just go outdoors. This is part 2 in the series, and if you haven't watched part 1, I highly recommend that you watch it because it was a crazy start, and there's a link in the description below. And also I explain more what this challenge is about in the first video. But suffice to say, if you are here for the first time and want to just hop into this one, Outerloper is, shortly put, a challenge on interloper where you have to stay outdoors the entire time. You cannot go indoors at all. It's a bit of a grey area what we count as indoors, but it's a bit up to each player to define what that is. And in this video, I continue the run from before. I'm in Coastal Highway and I have to make my way to the forge. So I make my way there slowly but surely, sleeping wherever I can until eventually I manage to get a bedroll, and then we head to the forge. So this is quite a trek. It's quite difficult. A few encounters with Auroras and wolves, but it's quite a journey. I highly recommend the Outerloper challenge. You can do it your way. You can do it on interloper. You can do it on a lower difficulty if you want. It's a very good challenge because you learn a lot from it since you're forced to be outdoors all the time. So it's a great fun for a custom challenge. With that, let's hop in and get to surviving outdoors. Hello fellow survivors, we are back here as requested in Outerloper, one of the unique challenges of interloper where you have to stay outdoors, you cannot go indoors at all. We are here in a coastal highway, exactly where you left me, with this fire going and staying warm, and I'm trying to find somewhere to sleep. And yeah, we are heading towards Forlorn Muskeg pretty much, because at the end of the last video I did actually find a hammer, which is great. So I got quite a few things here that I'm carrying, which is good. But we are getting really tired and we need to go to the ravine. It's a really nice day for it, but there is one thing we need to evaluate first, and that is sleep. So in this game you can only sleep you can only really be outdoors. There's a few buildings that are in the open that you can use, but you can't really go indoors. So even though there are beds right now, for example in those huts over there, or like in this hut up there, I can't go there because those are indoors, so that's banned. But in the last episode, there was one thing that I forgot about, which I could do, which was to sleep in cars. Because even if you don't have a bedroll, if you go inside a car, you can sleep in it on the car seats. And some people don't allow that on Outerloper if they have very, very strict criteria and say, no, we are not allowing that at all. And some are milder ones that allow that and also allow some more buildings in caves to go into. I'm on the milder side because for me it's important that things are challenging, but to the degree that they are fun. And initially, the cars that are around, in the first video when I survived for the first few days, the first week or so, the cars actually didn't make much difference because in Pleasant Valley, for example, there are no cars that I needed to use because there are beds that I could use instead. So the cars have only really been relevant here in Coastal Highway. And when I realized, oh yeah, I could sleep in cars, I just forgot. Because I never, or almost never, sleep in cars on interloper because it's too risky to do. And when I realized you could sleep in cars, I thought, well, maybe I could just leave the cars for the run, just have it as a handicap. But then I decided against it, and I'll tell you why. Let's actually grab a couple torches and we need to go and get some wood, and then I'll explain why I think we should be allowed to sleep in cars in this run. Is he gonna be attracted to that smell? I think he is. Yeah. Let's try and eat this then. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go grab some wood, and then we're going to probably sleep in a car. Let's check over here. Now, the reason why I think cars should be allowed is because cars do not count as an a structure. It also does not count as indoors, and it also doesn't really give you much in terms of warmth and protection. They only really protect you from the wind, and that's it. But if you sleep in a car, you can get cold and you can die in it. Even in late game Interloper with all the best gear, if a blizzard hits and you sleep in a car, you could get cold and just die. So it's effectively the same as sleeping outdoors in the open, except you have some cover. It's kind of the same as if I slept next to this tree. The other thing about cars is that if you do want to stay warm, you have to make a fire outside of the car, but that can blow out. So if you do sleep in a car, it's really risky to sleep more than a few hours, because if you do, yeah, you probably will get cold. So that's a really big problem. So for that reason, I think cars should be allowed in this challenge. They don't count as structures. They give you a bed, but it's practically the same as sleeping out in the open. They are worse than sleeping in caves, because in caves at least you have the protection of the cave itself, so the campfire is not going to blow out, for example. So caves are vastly more superior than cars. Another reason I want to sleep in a car is that, let's be honest here, it's going to be a lot of slow walking if I don't do it. Okay, bear's coming back. I'm going to go up here and grab some wood, and I'm going to sleep in this car that's on this bridge over there. That's what I'm planning to do. So you see, the thing is that if I don't sleep in a car now, what's going to happen is I'm going to be walking like this, slow like this, for quite some time, because there aren't really that many beds around. In Coastal Highway there aren't really any caves. There are no outdoor beds. There is one in Ravine, so I eventually get there, although it's down in the ravine. In Mystery Lake, I honestly don't know if there are beds. There aren't that many caves. There's only really like 2 caves really, and I don't know if they have beds in them, but that's really far away. So that means that if I don't sleep in a car, the vast majority of this video will be exactly what you're seeing now, me just walking slowly like this. Because I'm going to be very heavy, very tired. I'm going to have to be forced to leave some stuff behind that I need, and I'd rather not do that. So if I sleep in a car, I can at least move faster, and we can get to places faster too. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to get some wood, and then we're going to prepare to sleep in the car that's by the bridge, and we'll probably sleep until the next day or so, and then we're going to go up to the ravine from there. That's the idea. So on Outerloper here, if you are watching this and you didn't really watch the entire of the part 1, Outerloper is a challenge where you can only stay outdoors. You cannot go indoors except for caves that are transition caves and that sort of thing, and mines. You cannot enter a building that has a loading screen unless it connects to somewhere else. There are different versions of this. So some people, for example, do not allow you to go to really do anything in connector mines or regions. So for example, the mine that goes to Desolation Point, some people have it that you can only pass through those mines and you cannot stop to loot or anything like that, or sleep in there or anything like that. Some also ban things like fishing huts. Some extreme people who have it like the hardest settings of all basically say you cannot enter any man-made structure or item other than the mines that connect somewhere and the farm, and then that's it. You know, the bear coming. They don't even allow, and the most extreme version of this is Outer Nogoa, where you have permanent health loss, and in addition you also cannot even sleep in caves. You have to sleep in the open. But this is the most extreme version of it, and the milder version of it is that some things are allowed, and you can also sleep and stay in connector regions and that sort of thing. I'm on the mildest side of things, so in this challenge I'm not allowed to go indoors into any building that has a loading screen. If the building does not have a loading screen, then you generally speaking can go into it, but not all buildings. There are some buildings that will give you cabin fever and a warmth bonus if you enter it, even if it's not as warm as a building with a loading screen, and you can't enter those. So for example, one is the Mountaineer's Hut in Timwolf Mountain. You can't go in there because it's basically it's an indoor building. But you can go into, at least on my version, you can go into, say, the Stone Church in Desolation Point. You can go into the farm in Forlorn Muskeg. You can go into the back room in Bleak Inlet. You can go into like the office and barn in Mountain Town and so on. So basically, if you're still outdoors and you can feel the temperature of the outdoors with only minimal protection, then it's fine. Ultimately, the way you play Outerloper is a little bit up to you. There are a lot of gray areas to this challenge. You know, does this count as outdoors? Does that count as outdoors? You know, there are a few places in this world where it's not really clear if that's indoors or outdoors. There's also some unique places, like in Ash Canyon, there is a workbench near Miners Folly, or at Miners Folly rather. And by the workbench, there's a little hideout behind it, and that is still outdoors. But if you go in there, you actually can get cabin fever. But that's an area that generally people consider is okay, even though you get cabin fever from it. So you kind of have to decide a little bit yourself how you want to do it. If you do want to play Outerloper, the main thing is just to remember that the general rule is you have to stay outdoors the whole time, but what you decide what outdoor means, how you define outdoors, is a little bit up to you. And you just play it the way you enjoy playing it. And the way I enjoy playing it is I'm going to stay outdoors the entire time, but things like fishing huts are okay, cars are okay, caves are okay, mines are okay, as long as they connect to a region, and outdoor buildings are okay. That's basically it. Okay, so we're gonna sleep in this car, but before I do, I'm gonna drop some stuff because I'm gonna collect more things. So I'm gonna drop heavy things for now. Because I want to go, I want to go around a bit and loot some more wood before I do anything. So let's just drop some more stuff that's heavy. Drop 2 liters of this, drop that. Why am I not wearing that actually? Is it because it's worse? Why is it actually worse than this? It actually is worse, so I need to repair it. Okay, well, just drop that for now. We'll get it back. Yeah, I guess we can also drop these. Okay, let's check in here. Enter the car. Also, you should be allowed to enter the cars also. Because there's loot in here and there's vices and stuff. I ain't booked. Use that for fire. Check the vices. Hey, scrolled message. Memento cache. Oh, is that by the fishing log? That would be good to do, but that would require going all the way back there, and I'd rather not do that. So we are going to not do that. So now I'm still heavy. But that's okay. I'm going to go grab sticks because I want to make a fire for the night. And I'm going to sleep as long as I can with this fire. Doesn't matter if we finish during the night, unless it's an Aurora, then that's very, very bad. And we're going to sleep, get a little bit of fatigue back, get some health back, but there is a fairly decent likelihood of the fire burning out, so we need wood, like we need lots of wood. Okay. We should be able to find a distress pistol in this challenge, because most of those are outside. Not all of them though. But in the long run we should be able to get everything. At the moment we should have enough scrap metal to create our tools as well as our arrows. At least a few arrows. We haven't found a hacksaw yet, I don't think, right? No, so that's not really... we can't really cut saplings down, but once we have the tools, we can do it that way. And we're going to go up here, because up here there's usually a corpse or carcass, which we can loot slash harvest. We get some more food from that. Let's have a little drink, actually. We are losing health, but that's because of the fatigue. So we're losing very, very slowly some health. But that's alright. I think there's two. Yeah, one up there. I think this over here is a carcass. So we're going to heat that up and harvest it. I'm using only good torches, but that's okay. I think we will harvest this. We do have quite a lot of food though. That's the only thing. Maybe I don't need to harvest this, come to think of it. How about feathers? A lot of feathers too. I don't know if we need actually this, because also it's going to make me smell, and at the moment it's very important that I don't smell and attract wolves, because if I do, it just makes things more complicated with the fire. Particularly if I decide to go out at night, which is likely. So I think actually we're going to not harvest the carcass. Because then I have to drag the hide with me and maybe the guts. And I don't think that's really necessary right now. I will maybe do it if I find a carcass in ravine or somewhere else that's a bit safer and leave it to cure there, but not right here. Okay. Should be a corpse around here too. Yeah, there we are. Oh, a lot of feathers from this guy. Polaroid? No Polaroid. How many sticks do I have now? 29. Alright, we're looking for more sticks. And I would like to sleep, ideally, as long as possible, because after this car, there really isn't another car where I can sleep for a while. Going up this river to ravine, there won't be any cars there. There won't be any beds either, at least not that I can think of. In ravine, maybe there will be a bed I can use. I don't really remember. And in Mystery Lake, hold on. Sound like a bear, but I don't think it is a bear. In Mystery Lake, are there any cars in Mystery Lake? Yeah, there is one car in Mystery Lake where I can sleep, which should be the car outside the dam. So that's one thing. And then I don't know if there's beds in any of the caves. In Forlorn Muskeg, there are 2 beds. There's one in the cave to Bleak Inlet, which for me, I'm going to just say that's okay to use. But if you don't think that's okay, because that's inside a cave, a connector cave, and then you can instead use the other bed, which is in Spencer's farm. So once we get to Forlorn Muskeg, things get a lot easier because you have up to 2 beds and caves as well. Coastal region is actually pretty much the worst region for Outerloper right now because of the lack of beds other than the cars. There is some stuff to loot though. As much as I would like to get this memento cache, I guess I don't really need it right now. So I'm going to leave that. Okay, we have collected quite a bit of wood. And we're just going to sleep as long as we can. Do I have birch tea? I don't think so. I have one. Can I make any? I don't think so. No. Okay, but this is good. And we'll get some more sticks over here. Then we're going to sleep. It is still daytime and it's warm, so this is a perfect opportunity to actually travel and stay warm. But it with all the loot I have, it just takes too long. I'm too slow. I'm moving too slow. I could actually break this down. Yeah, there we are. And I think that's probably it. More sticks here. And here. I think this is probably good enough for now, and then we'll have to go from here. We don't have to be fully rested, but if I could get at least 6 hours of sleep in, then it'll be a lot easier to travel because I won't be too tired from walking. So we'll see. I'm also going to eat whichever food is the heaviest if I can. So let's see what we can do here. Let's make a fire, but let me wait as long as I can before I make it. The hammer is a golden find. I'm going to take all of this. We don't need these, just put them here. Because we have the cooking pots, or at least we have one pot. So 1 or 2 that we got? 1. Okay, so take 1 then. Okay, and then let's eat something. Let's do that before. So, but I don't have tool. Yeah, I have the can opener that I found, which is fantastic. So we're going to eat this then, if that's the case. Get some of this weight down. And then we'll just eat this. And then I'm going to drink this. I'll eat another one of these. There we are. Now we should be healing. And now I'm going to create a fire. So I think the best is to put it kind of like here. Because then the only way it's protected this way and this way. It can only blow out really if the wind comes through this gap or blows this way. Which can happen, but it's not the worst. So I think something like here is alright. Although, how cold is it now? I can actually sleep without fire right now. How many matches do I have? I have quite a few matches. So actually, I'm going to wait a bit. I'm going to douse this. And because I can actually sleep in here, there's 7 degrees in the car. See, this is the minor difference. In a clear day like this, you can see it's 2 degrees outside, -7, -4. Go inside, -7. So it's basically reduced, remove the wind chill and reduce this. So you gain like 5 degrees warm, but that's it. So, but it's warm enough. So I'm actually going to sleep, but only 1 hour at a time until it's too cold. And then I will make a fire, because then I can preserve the resources. Okay, see, now the weather's worse. In here it's 8 degrees. How is it outside? Out here it's -3 because of the wind. -10 wind chill. So this does help. But I would say this still counts as outdoors. It's only warm because it's so early in the game and late in the day as well. If this was early in the morning or daytime or night, sleeping in a car without a fire is like a suicide. -7. We can actually sleep. Let's keep going. Let's sleep 2 hours. Let's risk it. No, if it's a blizzard, then this is a bad idea, but we'll try. All right. What's the temperature now? Now it's getting night. This is pretty much the warmest part of the day, I think. Well, actually, maybe an hour ago was the warmest part of the day. Now it's 0 degrees outside. And because it's not too cold yet, we're actually still warm in here. So oh, this is funny. The seats actually give a bed warmth bonus of +3, which doesn't really make any sense because there isn't any blankets or anything, and I don't have a bedroll. So technically in here, it's 5 degrees. So when I sleep, it should really be 5 degrees as well. But it gives me +3, so okay, fine. But yeah, this makes it a little bit easier. If you want to make it a bit harder, you can just you can ban cars. And there's well fed. There's well fed, so that's great. Now we can carry more stuff. That's really handy. We are going to eat. Should we eat this? No, we're going to have a regular drink. Actually, we're going to drink this one. I'm just going to keep sleeping here without the... now it's getting colder. Without the fire. And then we'll see if we can get away with maybe not making a fire or making one at the end. Okay, what about now? Now we're getting to the danger zone of the car. I'm actually surprised how much value I got from sleeping in a car. But it's lucky also that the weather has been still... Hardly any wind, and it's also early in the game, so this early in the game, we're only on day 7. The world is really warm. If this was on day 50, I would be dead by now, because then it would be -20 more. We can sleep another hour or 2. Let's risk 2 hours. This is really, really great. As you can see, the cars give minimal help, but they do help. Now it's -1. Outside here it's -7. So yeah, it's like it gives 5 to 10 degrees warmth, but it only really works when it's not cold outside. If it's cold outside, you're gonna be cold in the car as well. You'll see that when I enter cars on my other runs, especially later in the game, you see that unless it's really clear and late in the day and warm, you get cold really fast in the car. But actually, we are able to probably sleep a bit risky, but we'll do 2 hours. We'll risk it. This only really works because of how early in the game we are, and that it's oh, here we go. See, now it's minus a lot. So if I sleep now, I will take damage. So this is no good. I am fully rested though, so I have to make a choice now. Oh, it's very cold. Look at this. This is why it's really dangerous to sleep in a car. I have to make a choice. I could leave now. I could leave. But the problem is I'm going to get cold really fast. Like really, really fast. So what I think I want to do is make a fire. And then stay in the car until I have to move. Or until this ends. Let's try like here. And we'll have a fire burning for like 2 hours at a time in case it blows out. And we'll just go from there. There's only some regions that have cars, not all regions have cars. Okay, we're gonna put 2 hours. Let's do it. I think this should be warm enough. I believe. If not, we'll put a coal in there. No, actually not warm enough. Okay. Put in 1 piece of coal. Just 1. There we go. And that will be fine. We have a book, don't we? So let's read this book. For now. See if the wind changes. So far, so good. Let's read 1 more hour. Oh, the wind changed. It's too dark and the fire burned out. Surprised that it burned out at that angle though. Is this not protected? It's strange that that's not protected. Yeah, that means it looks like it would be protected though. It may have glitched. Sometimes that happens. I'm still gonna try and wait this out, I think. I'm gonna use another match, but if it dies again... I think I'm just gonna move. It does allow me to... Sometimes what happens is that when the wind changes, it blows out the fire, even though the fire is protected. But if you put fuel back on the fire, it will keep burning. So that does happen. I think that's what happened here. So we're gonna put this on, and then like this many sticks. And then we will sleep for 1 hour. How is our water? Could be better. Let's make 1 liter of water. Yeah. And let's try and read another hour of this. It changed again, but it shouldn't blow out. And it did. See, it's again, like it's in cover. It is in cover, but it just blows out. All right, so let's see here.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
I think the best is to... Let's see, I need to make a decision. I have to make a fire again soon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to light another fire, but I'm not going to sleep or read through this one. Because whenever the wind changes, it seems to blow out the fire, even though it's protected. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a fire, and then I will make stuff. And then if I notice that the fire, like the wind changes, I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing. And I'm going to put teas down to warm up. And then I'm leaving. Because otherwise I'm just using matches again and again and again here. And it's just, it's too consuming. I can see the wind is kind of like, can't decide what to do. There we are. So this should be protected. We'll do this one more time. Well, say 2 hours, and then that is it. I'm not spending any more on this. We're gonna put these down. And we'll make water. 19 minutes. 19 minutes. And we will eat this. I'll have a drink as well. I'm actually not heavy right now, but barely though. We will be heavy. Okay, then we're just gonna wait this out. It is very good. Only 2 degrees. 2 degrees I'm warming up. So we need another coal in there. I'm just gonna keep an eye on this. Make sure that I don't get cold. I think that's it. We might make 1/2 liter. Oh, okay, ended. Nice. That is great. It ended. We are now good. But seeing as it's not windy, we will go back inside and we'll sleep for an hour. Now we'll be fine. There could be another blizzard coming, probably not. Alright. Alright. So that was the power of cars. It was expensive though. It cost me 3 matches. But that could have been avoided. I'm gonna leave these. It could have been avoided if I had been a little bit more observant with the fire, because I did notice immediately when the wind changed, but I was just determined to finish reading my book. So I could have done even better. But this does help a lot. Not only do we get some health back, but the run goes faster. Now I can actually walk. I'm not as heavy as before. I'm actually barely heavy. So this is great. So now we're going to continue our journey and go on. I'm going to head to the ravine. If I had thought about cars in the previous video, I most likely would have used it because I had no reason to think it wouldn't be valid. But because people who do play Outerloper, which are people like Once and Only and Perfect Trip and the Deadpool and so on, they usually, I've seen them sleep in cars many times. It's one of those things where sleeping in a car is pretty much the same as sleeping in a cave, except that the fire is not protected. So it's basically a worse version of a cave, but with a bed. Because not all regions have cars. In Mystery Lake, there's only one car that I can think of. In Forlorn Muskeg, there are no cars. In, let's see, Ashura Valley, there are no cars. Tim Wolf Mountain, there are no cars. And Ash Canyon, there are no cars. Any others? I think all the other regions have cars. Oh, a wolf. I have fire, Wolfie. Fear me. We have plenty of food because of all these cattails. Oh, the bear is out. Let's try and avoid him. He might spot us. But that's okay. We're going to take the... he spotted us already. We're going to take this route up here, though. He shouldn't be close enough. There we are. I think now we have a margin. And... yeah, we should be good now. We're going to take this route here. I don't know if we need wood. We have quite a bit of wood, really. I'll pick some up, though. Yeah, so cars is a great resource for this. And... it does make it easier. If I had thought of it in the previous video, I would have used it, because in the previous video when I was in Pleasant Valley and so on, it didn't, and Blackrock, there were cars as well, but I had other beds to use. But in Tim Wolf Mountain there are no cars. In Pleasant Valley there are cars, but they weren't really necessary because they aren't anywhere near where it's useful. They are mostly near other beds, so I didn't really need the cars there. In Coastal Highway though I did. So if I had thought of it in the last video, I would have used one. I just didn't think of it because I very rarely sleep in cars on regular interloper. Almost never. Because if there is a car, there's also usually a building nearby. And you can just sleep in that. And sleeping in a car is very risky because of, as you saw, once you get a blizzard, it gets really cold and the fire burns out really, really easily. So it's a very high risk place to sleep, but it does provide some shelter. So in the previous episode, had I thought of it, I would have slept in a car on Coastal Highway. I just didn't think of it. It's one of those places it's easy to forget. But yeah, now that we've done that, we have some health regenerated. We have stamina, so not only are we in a better position, but it's presumably also a bit more fun to watch for you, the viewer, seeing as I can move faster and just basically do more stuff, as opposed to just dragging my tired corpse across Great Bear Island. Which would force me to either take a very long time, like maybe an hour real time just walking to get to the next bed, maybe even longer, or drop a bunch of stuff and come back for it later. This is a way more efficient way. So yeah, But yeah, the plan now for Outerloper, we are doing really well with food because there are so many cattails. And there's also carcasses we can harvest if you want. But we still need to go foraging. And I am not sure, but I'm tempted to do the shortcut in the ravine down to the bed that's there. And then sleep there and climb back up. I'm not sure. We'll see. Might go through Mystery Lake. In Mystery Lake, there are a few places to check that are outdoors. There is the Lake Overlook Cave, which is important because you can find Fire Striker there, for example. There is there's the blinds, the hunter's blinds. There can be bedrolls in there. And then I guess that's about it. In Fallen Muskeg, everything is outdoors. In the only two regions where everything is outdoors, I think is outside of connector regions, is Fallen Muskeg and Hushra Valley, and I think that's it. All the other regions have some sort of indoor area. So if you are in those areas, no matter what you do, you'll always be outdoors. Unless you count the mines or caves as outdoors, of course. If you play it that hard, then no. I'm gonna check this corpse up here. Let's grab this cattail too. Actually warming up. How nice. The benefit of decent clothing early in the game. Oh, no corpse. No corpse. Let's grab these two cattails. We'll leave the ons over there. Oh, missed these. And onwards we go into the ravine. Let's go. Now in the ravine, we are fairly safe. There's birch there, which is great. We'll get lots of birch. We can go down into the ravine. I'm not sure if that's really worth it. I don't know. I have to think about it. But the plan now is, because since we found the hammer in on that table, the workbench. By the way, did I leave some stuff? Yeah, I got hides and stuff curing, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I did leave some stuff behind. The plan now is we need to get to Fallen Muskeg to start forging. And unless we find a hacksaw along the way, we don't have saplings to cure. So we need to do that. So as you can see, Outerloper kind of puts the brakes on things. So the way this works now is that because we don't have a hacksaw and you have to skip a lot of the places you normally loot, things are much slower than usual. We did find a hammer though. Another place you would find a hammer outdoors is Hushra Valley. In Hushra Valley, there's always a hammer by the signal fire. So if nothing else, we would have found a hammer there. But because of this, what we need to do now, unless I find a hacksaw, well, even then, I guess, we need to go to the forge and make the hatchet, and probably also the knife. Then after we've done that, we'll make some arrowheads too. And that's going to be our main base, because that is an outdoor area, and there's a workbench there and a bed. So I think the Fallen Muskeg farm is our main base in this run. And what we're going to do is we're going to go there, we're going to make the hatchet, we're going to make the knife, and we're going to make as many arrowheads as we can. And then once we have the hatchet, we can go out and grab saplings. So then we'll go out, we'll find some saplings, both birch and maple. Maple I think takes 5 days to cure, and birch is 4. We also need some guts, which also I think takes 5 days. So we'll go around Fallen Muskeg or wherever else, and find those, and then we will leave them to cure somewhere. And then while those are curing, we'll go somewhere to loot, like probably, well, the smartest thing would be to go to Schryver Valley, because then we can get an air wrap, for example, and another combat pants. Although we don't really need to go there, but we could. So that's great. So we'll do something else while those are curing, and then after they've been cured, then we can go back to the farm, make the bow and the arrows, and then we are good to go. Then we can start hunting deer and moose and bears and start preparing to create the better clothing items. It's just that you have limited places to go, so you kind of have to stay outdoors all the time. You need to make, like, find wood and everything, so things take longer to do, but it's worth it. Also, once we have the bow, like an area like Forlorn, Muskeg or Schryver Valley works as a good main base or region because it's all outdoors. But Forlorn, Muskeg is better because Schryver Valley doesn't have a workbench outside. The closest workbench in Schryver Valley is in the trailer by the entrance to Schryver Valley, but that's an indoor area, so we can't use it. So the closest outdoor workbench would be the farm by Paradise Meadows. But I don't know if that's worth having as a base, though. So I think pretty much Forlorn Muskeg is the main place we go. Now, it's possible to get down to the ravine without using a rope. The developers have done a good job protecting this area so that you cannot get down there. You have to use a rope to climb down here. And they have put death walls all over the place, so if you try, you'll just die. But it is possible to do it. You have to go this way over here and then down. I am not going to do it. I was thinking of doing it, but I don't know if it's really necessary. There is a stim down there, but that's about it. I don't really need to go there, so I'm going to leave it. If you want to see how it's done, you can look up a video I have. I do it in several videos, but there's one called Endless Night, which is interloper, but it's with eternal night, and I do it right away in the beginning of that video. You can see me do it. You can also see me do it in the Dark Walker speedrun video that I have. Okay, so here we are in one of the ravine areas. We're gonna pick up these. We could hunt the rabbits as well, I suppose, but I don't know if I want to. Do I want to? And leave the hides to cure? Maybe we should. It's not that far. How many hides are curing over here? 4 rabbit. Tough decision. I really want to get to the forge ASAP and not really mess around here. Let's grab this wood. Let's see what we got in here. Backpack. Anything under? Look like there is something under. I think it's just a strap. In the back here, I'm guessing we're warm. Yep, very warm back here. I think we will leave these rabbits. At least for now. If the wind changed or it got cold and I needed to make a fire, then I would stop here and make a fire, and then I would get the rabbits too. But at the moment we have quite a lot of food. Don't really need it, at least not right now. So I'm gonna leave it. If I find a rope here, I could go down into the ravine, but the ravine is less of an attraction now than it used to be. In the past, I would always try and go down into the ravine whenever I could, because in the ravine you had the distress pistol. There were only 2 places on Interloper that you could find the distress pistol, and that was on it was at the summit and also down here in the ravine. So you had a very good reason to go to the ravine, because if nothing else, you came down there and you got your distress pistol and you got a stim, and that was great. But now that's been removed. I believe there is still a stim down there, so that's still worth going down there for, and some other stuff. But the distress pistol isn't down there, or at least not guaranteed. The distress pistol has been changed completely, and they are spread all over the place now. you'll find cases around the map with different spawns. Some cases will be empty, some will have the pistol, some will have flares, and some will have both. And that makes the trip down to the ravine less useful. Yeah, down here. It used to be in this yellow cart there. So even if I find a rope here, I think I will probably leave that rope. I can put a note that it's there, so I can climb down later. Is there a carcass here? There is. Grab the feathers. We're gonna leave it though, because it's a nice day to travel. It's nice and sunny and warm, plus 3 degrees. Just wait a couple days though, and it's gonna get colder. The world is gonna get 20 degrees colder over the course of 50 days. Now, I have never scienced out exactly how that works, but someone told me that it basically goes down every 10 days. So on day 10, it's going to go slightly colder. What would that be? Like 4 degrees colder or something, and then another 4 degrees and so on until day 50. Day 50, it stops. So I think that's how it works. So at the moment, we are early game. We are just day 8. And we have pretty good clothing that gives us +9 warmth bonus, and that alone is enough to counteract the cold, as long as it's a relatively still day and late in the day. And we're going to grab all of the birch bark that we see, because this helps us a lot. Not only does it give us tea that keeps us warm, it also levels cooking and it regenerates health. I'm going to check out this cave over here as well, just in case. Using a lot of torches, but that's why I grabbed so many. If I run out of torches, I will make a fire and I'll harvest like a carcass or rabbits or something. At the moment we have 4. I'm not sure if I need to do that. I could maybe. The only thing, the weather's pretty good now, so... I did just change to this though. Maybe I could harvest this and have the meat and then leave the hides behind here in this cave. Is that worth it? I think maybe it is worth it, to be honest. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We can also make some teas and whatnot. We'll make a fire here, and then we will harvest this, and we'll leave the guts and hides and stuff behind here in the cave, and then we'll grab some more torches and keep going. Now if the weather's very bad, then we will go to the car that's by the dam and sleep there. Okay, put some sticks in here. 2 hours should do it. And let's just harvest this. I was going to use the book to light the fire, but I just forgot. Okay, we need to wait for this to thaw. Let's see what's in the cave, if anything. Ah, here's the rope. Beef jerky, can of beans, wood. Take that too. And we can actually just map. Yeah. I think I'm gonna make some teas though. Because we're gonna cook as well, we might as well make some water first. And then we'll craft 4 of these. Okay, then we're going to map.
I need to find food.
There we go. Boiled, boiled. Then we're going to make the teas. And we'll craft the other 2. There we are. Put another tea on here. And another one. And then we will craft this. This is probably forward by now, yeah. Quite a bit as well. Now how long to harvest this? 14 minutes. Okay, so we can put this on and that. Put some sticks on here as well. Harvest half a kilo. Oh, it sounds like the wind is changing. It does say though that we are protected here, which is interesting. I'm not sure I buy it. Why are we protected here from this wind? It's weird. Well, here we are protected. Yeah, well, it says that we're okay, so if that's the case, fine. See how that goes. Just in case though. Seems okay, yeah. Alright, cooking level 3. I'm gonna keep throwing torches in there to make sure that I can actually continue this fire if necessary. So let's grab a good torch. That's a good torch. There we are. Do this, eat that, put this on, grab this, actually do the whole thing. It's basically a blizzard going on here. Still protected, so this is going really well. I'm gonna grab some of these for sticks. Should blow out here, right? Yeah. Put some more sticks on here. That's cooked. Put this on there. In 1 minute. And grab the hide. There we go. Eat that as well. Make some more water. Have that. I'm gonna keep doing this. And how long for this? 40 minutes. The torch won't last that long. So what we might do in that case is grab this and make this fire. And then we can make the water here while the other one allows me to grab the guts. We'll see if the fire will die out and we can keep moving, which will be good. There we are. Let's put some sticks on. This too. Make water. And how's this? Take it. Put this here. Boil the water. 16 minutes. Okay, in that case, do this. Yeah. Then we'll grab the guts here. We can put on 2 sticks. Grab the guts. Let's put this in here. might put one piece of coal on this so I can harvest it without getting cold. So let's do that. It is funny how protected that area is, though. It could be that it's a fully protected area, and I just don't know about it. The liter, and then we are going to grab this gut. There we go. Or rather, there we do. Ha ha ha. And let's grab some torches. And in here we go. We can't sleep here, but we can wait here for a bit. Okay, let's drop the guts.
I would drink almost anything about now.
And I'm going to create these. I would like this wind to end. Ah, that's much better. Nice. I'll make this. All dry. And we're going to put a note saying ravine cave 1x deer hide 2x guts and rope. Alright, so we're going to leave that here. And we're going to eat a bit. We'll eat... oh, okay, we might as well just boil this. We'll eat these. And we're going to have probably some birch teas as well. And we're going to leave. Now the weather has died down. So that's done. Grab that. 3 minutes. Let's just drop the birch ones. We don't need the other teas, I don't think. I guess we could drop all of it. Yeah. Yeah, nice. And look at this one. And then we're going to grab... Let's have some water first. And we'll drop... We don't need this much water, so we'll drop 2 liters here. Grab some torches. Not the greatest of torches, so we're going to also harvest these. Should be fine. We won't it won't burn it, I don't think. We got quite a few torches, but even more would be better based on how far we're going. So let's see here. That's all done. And then I want to grab one more torch. There we are. Take that. Take all of these. And let's go. So we're leaving the ravine. We could stop and sleep in the car on Mystery Lake, but we don't smell and the weather is okay. So I don't think we need to. I think what we instead are going to do, we're going to check the blind near the dam. We can check the car in the dam also, I suppose. The dam is completely off limits. It's an indoor building, lots of loot in it, so you can't go through it. So if I want to get to Pleasant Valley, I have to go back to Coastal Highway and through the mines there. If you want, of course, you can lower the difficulty and you can say that the dam is allowed, but only to pass through it, for example. Or you can say that the dam is the exception, that you can actually loot the dam. Let's also check quickly up here. There's a little area where there's usually a corpse. I'm going to check that. Some cattails around too that I didn't loot, but we have so many. Yeah, we're going to check the car by the dam, then we're going to check the Hunt is Blind by Alan's Cave, and then we're going to check Lake Overlook, and we might check that cave that's near the entrance to Forlorn Muskeg as well, and go from there. Let's see. Oh, rabbits. We are not particularly cold. So I am going to see what there is here and then leave. And I'm going to drink one of my birch teas. There we are. Now we are pretty warm. Let's throw this. And we are heavy, but not particularly heavy. We're like 2 kilos over. That's gonna get worse though as we get tired. But this is okay, it's not awful. We could stop and sleep in this car. But I don't really think it's necessary. Oh, that makes it a bit more complicated. Okay, the Aurora makes the weather very clear, but it does mean that I have no defense against the wolves. That does mean that maybe we need to sleep in the car anyway. I think we might have to sleep in the car. Because if I go out now and I run into a wolf, I have no defense other than rocks against it. And that's really bad. So I might have to sleep in a car. It's just kind of difficult to avoid them. Yeah, that complicates things. That makes it really annoying. Unless I could maybe try and sneak past them. Make it a little bit of an Aurora adventure. I mean, we could try. It's really risky, but we could try it. I love the Aurora. The Aurora is such a phenomenal part of this game. There's the wolf. He's already detected me. See the problem that I'm talking about? Scrolled message. A new cave. Oh yeah, this hint, yeah. Is the wolf still around? Can't tell. And now the wind is picking up as well. This is getting better and better. This is going to blow out my torch, isn't it? We have to stay in this car for a bit. He hasn't seen me yet. Okay, he has... Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, that limits our options. We are staying here. And we are actually barely warm here. So we're just going to sleep here for an hour. And see what happens. Because there's nothing I can really do. We are still warm here, barely, but we are warm, so we're going to sleep another hour. We're going to do this until it's too cold, and then we'll leave, or make a fire. I have no weapon against these Aurora wolves. The only thing I can do, 1 more hour, is avoid them, use the terrain to my advantage, and I can throw stones at them. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I can do. Okay, it's now, I'm actually going to sleep 1 more hour because it's only -1 degree. It's a -1, so I'm going to get cold, but not very cold. So I'm going to do it to kill some time. Here we are. It's windy, but not that windy. So I think I'm going to drink one of these. I think we're going to take our chances and go. Okay, we're gonna take our chances with this. There won't be any moose around. I would love to go and check the hunter's blind though. But there is a wolf usually around there. I have to be really careful. I do want to check it. Because we really do need... There's the wolf who's bugging out. This is very risky to do. The Aurora will detect you from much further away than a regular wolf. No, maybe not much, but definitely a noticeable distance. I do, however, have no meat on me, which is good.
Jesus, this is cold.
Okay, we're gonna make this a little bit of a challenge, and I'm gonna try this. Oh, damn. So much for that. Okay, change of tactics. We're gonna go up to Lake Overlook Cave. I'm gonna use the terrain to try and break the line of sight for this wolf. But if he charges me, at least he can't find me. Here it comes. Stay away, please. I'm cold as well, so we're gonna go somewhere where the wolf can't get to me. That's the idea here. I'm gonna sprint as well, because if I can break line of sight, I might be able to get rid of this wolf. Wow, thanks. That was like the worst thing that could have happened. Once I get up here, I need to bandage that. Wait, oh wow. Double sprain, okay, that makes it more complicated.
That's a bit.
Well, we're committed to it now. I might have to leave the Allen's cave because it's too risky. If I'm lucky though, I am getting rid of the wolf now because I am going out of sight. They can't really see me very well. I'm walking pretty fast as well.
Ow.
But I have to be careful. He is still following me though. That's the problem with the Aurora wolves, they follow you for a really long time. But if he attacks me now, I can at least go onto these ledges and I should lose him. The sprains are actually a real problem.
That's a bit, but I'll make it.
I would like for this wolf to go away. We're gonna take a little detour, like to try and avoid him. I can't make a fire unless it's somewhere where I'm safe from the wolf, which I am not right now. He's still on me.
That smarts a bit.
Forgot that there was Birch up there. Where is he now? It's down there. Still following me. I could try and get to Alan's cave, but he will see me.
I'll make it. I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
Is he still following me? Yes. Now, if there were rabbits here, I could distract him with that. This is I have to be very, very fast to check this cave, or he will get me. So let's be quick. And then see if we can circumvent the wolf. The only upside of having this wolf on me is that he repels other wolves. Okay, I think we can very, very quickly loot this cave. I wanted to pick that up, but okay. He's still on me, even though he hasn't seen me in a while. There he is. I could climb this rope, but I'm too injured for that. So instead, can I goat down here? That would be good. This looks goatable. Goodbye, wolf. You served your purpose, kind of. You shouldn't be able to get me here. And I think I'm going to make a fire here too. Because I'm getting really cold. Is this protected? Yeah. Yeah. He can't get to me. I'll make a fire here. There we go. Okay, we managed. So we dodged the wolf. I got to check that cave. There wasn't really much there, but at least I got to check it. That's bright, isn't it? Those noises are just terrifying. Make half a liter. Repair this. Not much left of the night. Make some mapping. Warm up while we do it. We picked up 2 books, I think. Yeah, 2 of the same books. There was one on the floor and one on him. Polaroid I picked up was that. That's the lookout tower. We can do the Polaroid because going up the stairs to get the Polaroid vista isn't going inside, so you can do that. We're going to eat a bit to warm up. Eat some cattails. Then we're going to keep going soon. I can maybe wait out this Aurora. So they can check Alan's cave. That's probably the smartest choice. So we might do that. I think this fire is pretty well protected. So I think we're going to do that. We got it halfway through here with the Aurora on. All right. Take that. Water is okay, and I think we're actually going to wait out this Aurora. It sounds like it's actually ended already, but I think the effects are still lingering. So while we warm up, we're going to read one more hour of this book. Oh no, we can't because of the damn sprains. Ugh. Fine. Can I repair something or do something else? I can... Could repair this? Takes 2 cloth though, and I need these cloth for that knife and whatnot. But I don't think that's worth it. Cloth is a big problem in this challenge. There's hardly any cloth at all. I'll get some more cattails down there. Okay, I think we'll grab some good torches. It sounds like the Aurora may have ended. I think it has ended, so let's just pass some time here to warm up. There we are. And let's just drop these again. It's gonna be cold. So let's do that. I want the good torches. That's alright, I guess. Let's harvest any that we have that are very, very bad. Not very bad, but bad enough. There we go. I'm gonna check Alan's cave now. Because the Aurora has gone. I should be safe. So I'm gonna go check that out. Bunch of torches, but it's okay. We can manage. Okay, let's go. We got 2 sprains already. What else can go wrong, right? So we're gonna head down. We're gonna backpedal a little bit because over here by the Alan's cave or this river there is a blind, a hunter's blind. So I haven't climbed down here many times. But I think you can go down here. You can definitely not go down there. At least it doesn't look it. Let's find another way.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
What about here? This looks good. Better. How about here? Let's just find somewhere not too bad. And well, I have done this before, but it's very, very rare that I have to go this way down because it's very not usually the route you would take.
Smart's a
Okay,
bit.
now we should be fine. I really want to continue along the lake here. But I do want to check for this bedroll. So we're going to check over here quickly. Looks like there's a doll, which we will leave. We could actually, because we're not going far, and I don't think anything is going to happen as such. So we will drop this, all of these ones. Just drop those. And we can move a little bit faster. Can even run if I want to, but I don't want to. I'm not going to drop the... what's the hammer? Yeah, because if I end up in a struggle, at least I have the hammer. The hammer is pretty efficient. You can tell the Aurora has ended because the rabbits are out. If the rabbits are out, there's no Aurora. So we should be okay to repel the wolves. And with the Auroras, it was very dangerous to go check this area because there's usually wolves around here and they can detect you from so far away. Unless I crouched very carefully, it's hard to get past them. In some areas where there's lots of lights and stuff, the Auroras aren't that bad. But here out in the open, they're very, very bad. Alright, here we are. So I want to check this. I want to check this blind, because sometimes you can find bedrolls in here, and I want to check that. I'm also going to grab this.
It's a bit.
I'll make it.
Drink another tea.
Yeah.
16 torches should be okay. There we are. And what we got in here? We got yes,
This
yes.
could come in handy.
That's exactly what I was hoping for and why I wanted to go here. This is one of the places it can spawn. That's fantastic. That makes it easier because now I can sleep. I don't even need the cars anymore. Now if I'm tired and I want to sleep in any cave, I can just do that. Which makes this whole run a lot easier. Now there are other places to find the bedroll. If you want the bedroll and you play Outerloper, there's a few places to check. This is a good one in Mystery Lake. But if it's not there, like it can also be indoors. It can be in like camp office or trappers or something like that. So there's a decent likelihood that the bedroll in Mystery Lake is actually indoors. But there are some places you can check for the bedroll as well outdoors. You can find a bedroll in the fishing huts in Coastal Highway, which I didn't find, unfortunately. You can also, there are a couple of guaranteed bedrolls. If you go to Bleak Inlet, that sounds fun, right? In Bleak Inlet, at least there used to be, I haven't checked it in a while, but in the past, there used to be a guaranteed bedroll on the island. There's an island south of the cannery, and inside that, on that island, there's a cave. And that cave has a bedroll. There's also in Hushra Valley, inside the ice cave, that can have Sketchy the Wolf. You can find a bedroll and a hacksaw as well, and matches. So those are the two places where you should always find a bedroll. But outside of those two, where you find a bedroll in the open, in Interloper, the best bet is Hunter's Blinds. So this one is a great bet. But you can check the other Hunter's Blinds too. And also fishing huts. I think maybe I've seen a bedroll in a cave once, but those are the best bets. Maybe some other places have them. I don't know all of the spawns, unfortunately. But now we got it. If I didn't get this bedroll, what I probably would have done is I would have gone to Bleak Inlet after forging to get the bedroll there. Probably. Or make the bare bedroll, but that takes a while. We're gonna check over here. I will possibly sleep as well here.
Some first aid soon.
Just to get rid of these sprains and warm up. I might actually do that. Sleep here. This does not count as indoors. Anything else? Not that I can see. And we're going to light a fire to stay warm. We're going to sleep here for like maybe 3 hours or something. So let's light a fire. We need a bit more tinder soon.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Keep this fire burning.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
I
one.
don't have as many sticks as I would like, but we'll put 2 of these on. It's fine. We don't need to make any wood or anything. Wood. What am I saying? Water. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. So we're going to sleep. We're actually going to put this here. Can't put it here also. I'm going to put it here. What's the condition of this bedroll? Actually. We'll find out. We're going to sleep 3 hours. Would I sleep 4? But I'm not sure the fire will be that long, because then I can get rid of the sprains. Let's see. We got an hour left. Okay, well then we're going to sleep. The weather is alright. But we're going to sleep 1 more hour, then the sprains should be cured. And then I think we'll continue from there. Nice. Okay. And then we'll do... Actually, we're still heavy, but barely. Use a couple of these. I'm not going to check every fishing hut, but we are going to go via this cave that we can go down to Forlorn Muskeg with. Grab a couple torches. It's probably not as cold right now, and it's cleared up as well. Yeah, it's still cold though, but not as cold. I'm going to grab these cattails. We have enough, but we get some tinder while we're at it. You can leave those 2 over there. Get some tinder and some food. Yeah, we'll check this fishing hut over here. I don't think I'll check the other fishing huts right now. Normally I would, but because we are still trying to forge. So the main goal is to get to the forge and start crafting stuff. And after you've done that, or while things are curing, then we can start looting some of this other stuff. So we're going to leave the rest of this. Got a backpack? Can't tell. Anything in here? Doesn't look like it. Let's check these. Charcoal, yeah, sure. We don't need that. I guess I can take it. You never know. This is a backpack? I think it is a backpack. Yeah. We'll check this backpack. We won't check the rest. And I have more 18. That's fine. Alright. Now over here there is a cave. It's actually possible to sleep in that cave. With the bedroll, of course. I don't think it has a bed in it. The cave here is... it's where the old bear lives in the Haunted Part 2. Oh, well, both of those are burned down, of those cabins. Usually an interloper, they are not burned down. Sometimes I have had one. But both, wow. I'll have a look at that later. But over here there's a cave behind these rocks. This is where the old bear lives, but at the moment there shouldn't be a bear there. It could change in the future though, so be careful. I don't trust anything with the wildlife changes that are coming. If you're watching this after those have come, you probably already know the answer. Yeah, I'm just going to check this cave though. Mostly because I want to know if there's a bed. We don't really need that right now though, because we have the bedroll. What condition is the bedroll? I forgot to check. 77, that's good. Oh, I'm so glad I went back to check that hunter's blind, because I knew there could be a bedroll there. I'm not sure what the chance of it being there is. I think it's like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 chance. I'm not sure. If I hadn't found it, I would have, after forging, I would have either gone to Bleak Inlet to get the bedroll, or I would have gone to HRV. One of those two things is what I would have done while I'm curing things. So this is the old bear cave, but I don't see anything here. No. Then we're going to go up to this plateau that's up here. And there's 2 ways up here. There isn't much to do up there, but there are some saplings and there's a cave and stuff. But it's a pretty safe area though. But there's 2 ways up there. Well, 3 actually. This is the main route, the rope that you take here, but we're too heavy for that. So instead we're going to go this way. Might get sprains again, but so be it. This is the other route up there. Alternatively, you can go all the way around. If you go to the camp office and then follow the train tracks, if you just hug left by the train tracks, you eventually get up to this plateau as well. And this area can have a bunker on lower difficulty, so you can find a prepper cache there. So it's one of those areas. Or at least it used to be. They haven't patched those yet, so I'm not sure. Anyway, we're gonna go up here. And this leads all the way up there. I'm gonna avoid running if I can. Just because I do have the bedroll now, so this is going to be easier going forward. We don't have to rely on cars anymore. If I need to sleep and I'm not near a bed, I can find the nearest cave and sleep in that, which is much better than sleeping in a car. So those, we slept. Did I sleep in a car? Yeah. So those 2 cars that I've been in, probably going to be the only 2 cars that I sleep in. Alright, so here's this little plateau. There's some birch here, usually a sapling, maybe a deer and rabbits. There's usually a corpse here as well. I might make a fire. We'll see.
We'll lay down for a bit.
But not right now. I'll wait. Birch. More birch down here. But no bark though. Am I restoring health now? Let's see. Here's some birch bark. Try not to get a sprain. Could also grab these rabbits to be fair, but there we go. There's the sprain. This is... Sounds like we have a deer as well. Ah, here's saplings, or rather 1 sapling. And here should be a corpse in here. Looks like it, yeah. It's tempting to also maybe sleep here for a bit. But I would like to keep this fire going, so sprain or no sprain, I might keep going. I might make a little fire though to warm up a bit. So just like here, for example. And then warm up. Maybe sleep for like 1 hour or something. Yeah.
Come on, little fire.
And then we'll keep going to the forge. Come on, little fire, you can do this.
Work.
Yeah, we'll use the stick. Come on, little fire. Yeah, we might sleep here for like an hour. Warm up.
Come on, little fire.
And we'll take it from there. think that's a good idea. There we go. Put this on. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll harvest. We don't need this smell. I'm going to take it. We've got so many torches as well. There we go. And how much longer? Yeah, okay. Let's sleep for like 1 hour, I think. Just sleep for 2 hours, maybe. Ah, one is enough. Let's go. All right. Okay, let's take this. Okay, good time of day. I'm going to lighten the load a little bit, eat a few of these things. I don't think it's too cold, so I'm not sure if I need to warm the teas. But maybe I should anyway. Get some health back. Yeah, I guess I could. Let's just drop them. We don't really need to have these, I guess, but... One thing while they warm up that I want to check is how many hours have I spent indoors? You'd think it'd be 0, but I guess the mines, they count as indoors, and maybe the transition caves count as indoors too. Yeah, 54 hours indoors. So you'd think this would be 0, but I think that's because there's a lot of places that count as indoors in the game, even though you aren't indoors, like the transition mines. Where else would they count indoors? Maybe caves? You know, I think actually that might make sense, yeah. So like, as you can see here, if I... Why am I stuck? So here, it's 4 degrees. Over here, it's 14. So I think now I am technically indoors, even though I am outdoors, because I'm in the interior of a cave. That would explain those numbers, because I haven't really been at many indoor locations. Really just the mine to Coastal Highway and the mine Desolation Point, back and forth. And the transition caves as well, but not very long. Yeah. I'm guessing that's where the numbers come from. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, it got foggy. Oh, that's sprained ankle, but we'll make do with that. We're not going to stay here and heal it. I'll bandage if necessary. The fog is actually a little bit annoying. But we're going to head up here. Do I have pain also? Right. But I know where to go in the fog. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to Forlorn Muskeg. Then we're going to go... Oh wow, really? Then we're going to go towards Poacher's Camp to get the scrap metal that's there. Then we'll take the route across the ice to the farm, pick up the scrap metal on the way, and we should have enough to make the hatchet, the knife and everything. I think we should have something like 10. I think that's good. This is why I picked up everything I found as well. There's actually a can up here. I picked up everything I found because of scrap metal, because I need it for the crafting. We can't go indoors. Even if you had a hacksaw, we can't go indoors to get more scrap metal. We can only get the ones we find in the open. We can also, if we really want more scrap metal, we can break down this. This gives us scrap metal. I think these also, yeah. And this gives scrap metal. And this gives scrap metal too. So if necessary, that can be done. Can you do it this? Oh wow, you can. Okay, so there is some stuff. This also, yeah. So there is some scrap metal to be found if necessary. Okay, so here we are at the rail tunnel. We are gonna head through here. Okay, we're not cold at all. It's 0. In fact, it's probably gonna get warm soon. I'm not sure we need to drink any of the teas, to be fair. Because I'm pretty sure that very soon we're gonna actually be warm going around. Because it's noon now, and it's only gonna get warmer until it's pretty much evening. So that's going to be... There's still quite a bit of the day left. As long as the weather doesn't change, or rather, as long as the weather stays still, we should be good with the warmth. I would wager give it a minute or two, and we'll be warm. I'm gonna just follow these tracks. If you're not that familiar with Forlorn Muskeg, even in thick fog or blizzard, it's very easy to find poachers camp because you can just follow these tracks and you'll get there, so you can't really make a mistake. And likewise, there we are, like I said, now we're actually getting warm because now it's increased. Now we're warming up. Likewise, if you want to get to, say, the camp office, if you're in a blizzard or something and you want to get to shelter and you go to the camp office, just go follow the tracks the other way around. Follow it this way. And then you just follow the cables. When you get to Mystery Lake, just follow the cables until they wear off, and then you get there. So it's very easy to navigate through Forlorn Muskeg and to Poacher's Camp, even in horrible weather. But after that, it's a bit harder. So going through Forlorn Muskeg in thick fog like this is, you know, make sure you're prepared for that if you do that. Make sure you know the way. Or at least, if you don't know the way, be prepared for things like getting lost. You know, have some warmth in case a blizzard hits or something. Make sure you have some sort of contingency ready, because it's very easy to get lost in Forlorn Muskeg. When it's a clear day, it's very easy to navigate because it's basically wide and open, a bit like Forsaken Airfield. But once the fog or blizzard hits, it's very easy to get lost here. Same in Hushra Valley. In Hushra Valley, it's very easy to get lost. Pleasant Valley as well. I'm picking up some of these for tinder. How much tinder do I have now? 14. Okay, I can stop picking them up. But I know the way in the fog, so I should be okay. I mean, it does happen that I get lost as well, as you might have seen me do in my 500 day video. It does happen. But even if I were to take a wrong turn here in Forlorn Muskeg and I don't go the route I intended, I will end up somewhere else that I know where it is, and it should be fine. Okay, we don't need to have a pit stop here to do the fire barrel, because we already have everything. Now, I'm a bit heavy, but I'm not that heavy. We're not tired yet. And we are basically taking all the stuff to our main base. And then we're going to store stuff there. So the Forlorn Muskeg, the Spencer's farm will be our main base. And then the main place to cure stuff will probably be the nearby cave. There is one by the broken signal tower, but there tend to be a lot of wolves there. I don't think we use that. So around here there should be some misc stuff. A little bit of coal, a little bit of scrap metal. So we're going to do that.
First aid soon.
Have a look around. I don't see anything here. The bear is around. He's over there somewhere. I can't see him, but I can hear him in the background. He is around. Okay, so we got this. Okay. That's not particularly good, is it? Well, I'll take it for cloth. Sometimes there's a piece scattered about here, so I'm just going to go all the way around just in case. Doesn't seem to be much so, but there should be a scrap metal or two here.
Ow.
There's the coal. This flare is always there, so you can always, if you spawn here in Forlorn Muskeg, you don't have matches by the farm anymore, but the flare will always be there, so you can always rely on that. Coal isn't an issue because there's enough coal just around. Cloth, nice. Gold message. Oh, I think I know which one this is. I don't remember what's in there though. I think it's like a loose rock or something. We might go there after we forged. I'm going to be heavy. I'm picking up all the wood I can, which makes me very heavy. But I'm picking up for the sake of the fire. Because I want the fire to burn as long as possible. So I'm willing to sacrifice being heavy. Let's have a drink. Reduce the carry weight of that a little bit. So I don't mind being a bit heavy in this last stretch. Because it's worth it to make sure that we have a long fire so we can sleep there if we need to. Let's pick up all of these. Interesting. You have to actually do like this. I'm trying to use the bad torches first so that I can get rid of the carry weight for those. Do like this. Sort them by condition is a bit faster.
I need some first aid soon.
You'll be alright, Astrid. Let's see if we can find our way through this fog. Over to the farm. I know roughly the way, but I might make a mistake. I couldn't do it blindfolded. There's a lot of paths to take. I have a general idea where to go. And if I take a wrong turn, it should take me somewhere interesting either way, so we'll be alright. I think maybe it was this way, but let's see here. Can I walk across here? I don't think so. No, I didn't think so. I'll take this way. I think this is the other or longer way. I think I should take the left over there, but that's okay. As long as we get there, it doesn't really matter. I think we can cross here though. Yeah. Pain healed, that's good. All the pain? No. Keep the torch chain going. Should still be, I think it's this way. Once you're about halfway, it's easy to find the rest of the way, because there'll be landmarks, but until then, it's at times a bit confusing. Okay, it should be past this, I believe. There's this log thingy. And it's to the right of this, I think. This was a hunter's blind, but I'm not too bothered by getting that now, particularly because we already have the hacksaw. No, sorry, not hacksaw, the bedroll, sorry. But there can be a hacksaw in the hunter's blinds here in Forlorn Muskeg. It's worth keeping an eye out for that. Grab these cattails. This is definitely not the route I usually take, so back where I took a right should have been a left. Then more towards the right than I want to be. But we'll end up the same place roughly, so it's okay. And faintly make out trees in the distance. Ever so faintly. Keep using the bad torches to get rid of the weight. And here are these the collapsed stones. Yeah. Then I am actually where I... Oh, then I actually did go the correct way, because this is where I wanted to go. I wanted to be by the 2 collapsed stones that has loot underneath it. I think the hunter's blind now is to my left. Yeah, it's over there. I might actually go and check it, seeing as I now can see it, seeing as the fog is lifting. Just because it's right there, and there can be a hacksaw there. So I want to check that out. Yeah, so actually I did go the correct way. I thought I took a wrong turn, and I should have taken one left when I went right. But that would have taken me to the hunter's blind, and I actually... This is exactly where I wanted to go. From here, on the other side of these rocks, you just go straight, and then you end up at this little like barrel storage thing, and there's some more scrap metal there. But yeah, but we'll go back there. I think we can leave these cattails, but I want to check here just in case there is a hacksaw here. Oops. I think I have enough cattails. 100 exactly. I think that's alright. Let's see here. There it is. Let's see if there's any treasures for me here. What do we got? Axle? No axle. We got a drink and some oil. Invisible matches? No. Sometimes there's matches that are invisible. Scrap metal though, I'll take that. Basically an arrow. And I'm gonna head back where we came from. Okay, I think I'll leave picking up the cattails for now. We don't really need them for a while. We can just leave them. We have enough. By the time I've forged, even by the time I've forged and I've gotten saplings and made the bow and everything, I probably will still have cattails left. And if not, I'll just go and pick up some more. You know, no worse than that. A lot of wolves around. So yeah, this is basically the landmark that you want to look for when you go through Forlorn Muskeg. If you're not really sure where to go, look for this landmark here. On a clear day, it's super easy. You can see the farm from Poacher's Camp. It's very easy. But when you navigate, these stones that I went past are good kind of like indicators that you're going the right way. And when I saw that stone over there, when I walked past those boulders in the distance there, I had a suspicion I was going the right way. But I didn't recognize these second boulders here. And I was like, what were those? Where was that? So I was on the right, I had gone the right way. I just didn't recognize these boulders. But if you go across boulders in the open ice, you got the right idea. But these ones are special. Here's 2 large boulders that are kind of like collapsed on top of each other, forming this little arc or V or upside down V. And underneath there can be loot. There can be a campfire, there can be a backpack. Sometimes there's nothing as well. But you can find stuff here. And it's worth checking it just in case. In this case we have Nothing. But sometimes... oh, that was weird. But sometimes there's a campfire or backpack right here. Okay. And once you find this arch, it's very easy. So from here, the farm is over there with that, see that tree that's fallen over? It's right there. But you just go ahead, you just pretty much follow the snow from this point on. And you go over to this little island over here, and there's like a barrel storage thing there. And you can pick up some scrap metal there. And then you just go over the ice to the farm. That's exactly what we're gonna do. I'll go and get that memento thing. I'm not sure what's in there. I haven't found all the mementos. Between me exploring the game and seeing other people stream and stuff, I have a general idea of where many of the mementos are. Not all of them, but I haven't found or seen someone find all of them. So I know there are lists that says where they all are and what's in them, but I haven't really... I've seen those lists, but I haven't studied them, so I couldn't really tell you where all the mementos are. I do, however, know that this one is one near the bear cave, and I think it's like a loose rock, but I don't know what's in it. We'll go and find out. First, though, we're going to go to our base. We're going to do forging, and then we'll go from there. See what we got here. Nothing. Then we have scrap. We have backpack. We have wood. Okay. And then we also check this derelict house here. Where there's more coal, sometimes scrap, wood, and clothing. So we can have a look at that. Just keep, now the torches are more or less the same quality, so I think we just switch to this. I don't think the bear should be an issue. The bear is too far away. Okay, so here, let's grab this wood first. And wood, coal, and more coal. Hey, a lantern. We already have one, but then we have drawers. And is there anything behind the drawer? Oh, sometimes there's stuff behind this drawer. Now we're very heavy, but we're not going far, so that's okay. Oh, you detected me, have you? Wow. I have a torch, so... Oops. Oh. Get rid of that. We're not going to harvest the carcass or anything, we have so much food. Okay, so when we get here, before we start the fire, I'm just going to organize my inventory a bit first to start making my inventory alright, and then we'll do forging. There we are. Old Spence Family Homestead is the full name of this thing, but we just tend to call it Spence's Farm. That's it. I mean, there isn't even someone called Spencer, it's Spence, so Spence's Farm, if anything, but I just always call it Spencer's Farm, and most people I know say the same. It's just easier. Getting all the scrap. And then we'll have a little look around here. It looks like we got, is that ski boots? No, combat boots. Oh, wow. Those are very good. They're actually better than the work boots, but they are heavier though. So, not always worth it necessarily. Coal. Check the drawer. Check the locker. Nothing in there. Got down vest. I don't think we need... Actually, maybe we do. If we put this on. That's that, but what about this? Yeah, it is actually better. Barely, but... Okay, and more scrap. Book. And over here there is some wood. And then behind this crate there's some dog food. Which we'll also take. And then let's sort our inventory out so we're not so heavy anymore.
That's a bit.
So let's go and do that right away. Now we are very, very heavy. So let's go here and we'll do the rest. So first off here, let's put all the books in, except the firearm one. We can use that now. And yeah, let's just put most of these teas in here, to be fair. So make sure the torch is still burning. Here we can put, not everything, we can take this out. Actually, we'll carry these for the... No, we'll put them in and then we'll take them back out. And then here we can put the jerry can and all that stuff in here. Just want to make sure it doesn't burn out. We can get rid of these. Get rid of all the flares except one. Get rid of one of the lanterns, which is the bad one. Get the 90% condition one. And we can put that in there. We can put tools in there. We can put... I guess that's it for that. Yeah, I guess that's more or less it. Let's also check here. Scrap metal. And then we have this. Painkillers. And then over here is a safe, so we're going to check that. Looks like 12 or something. 11. Okay. 11 and 21. 11, 21. 11, 21, 39. $38. Cash. Maple syrup. Alright. That's okay. Let me quickly check over here also. Sometimes there's a scrap metal just laying about here. I'm gonna quickly have a look at that. Wind is picking up, but it's not terrible. Wow. That was noisy. Felt like there was a bear or something. Also check the bunkhouses over there later. Okay, nothing there. And then one more place to check. Which is over here, these little like hay barns or whatever they are. Here, there can be a backpack. I don't see a backpack though. But I'm still gonna check because there can be wood and other things. It looks like there is wood, and is that maybe scrap? Can't quite tell. It looks like we got planks, but we have wood. So that's good. Alright. I guess that's it. The wolf won't be an issue.
First aid soon.
We used nearly all our torches. Remember how many torches we had? Like 15 or something? And now we have 3 left, but that's why I picked up so many. Let's get rid of this wolf. And then up here, there's some more wood. Gold message, or note rather.
I'll take
Book.
it.
And inside this one, I think it is, there's accelerants, which we don't need. Okay, there we are. So let's light the forge. We'll light this one, and we use the Canada money. Yeah, that's fine. It's a firearm, so.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
There we are.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna put on this, and then that, a couple of sticks, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coal. We'll go from there. And while that's happening, warming up, we're going to eat a bunch of these to just fill ourselves up. And we'll see how hot it is. It is possible to heat up the forge with just 4 pieces of coal. But it requires a lot of wood. So a coal adds 20 degrees of warmth to a fire. And you need 150 degrees. But the highest you can get a fire without coal is 80 degrees. So in theory you could put a bunch of like sticks, fire log, wood, whatever on there to get it up to 80 degrees. And then you can put 4 pieces of coal on and you can forge. But normally you wouldn't have that much wood, so usually it's more than that. So yeah, we need... I actually need 2 more. There we are. Okay, and then forging wise, we have 9 of these. Actually not that much. I'm going to go to the bunk houses afterwards to see if I can get some more. But we are going to make the hatchet first. That's the most important.
Oh, it's getting dark out here.
The knife is not as important. I'm not too bothered about the knife. But I am still going to make it, because it does make things easier with the carcass harvesting. So I'm going to make it. We'll do that. So now we have the hatchet, and we have the knife. How about that?
I'll rest soon.
It's an Aurora. Oh, did it have to be an Aurora? Makes it complicated. Okay, we'll wait a little bit then. What we'll do is we'll eat some more of these. So let's eat this. Or drink that rather. Keep this up. And have a drink. And let's put some... This is gonna burn for a long time, so we're gonna put most of this on. Like that. And we can drop most of the coal. Not all of it, but I would say maybe this much for future use. Then we're going to forge some arrowheads. Oh, I should have made water, I forgot. There we go. And then, since the Aurora is out, I am going to put 2 liters here. And then sleep for 2 hours. And the Aurora should end. It was quite a late Aurora. Is it still going? Yeah, it's still going. Okay, in that case, we'll sleep another 2 hours. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we'll put a very nice dawn. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. I always take a moment now and then when I do the games. Just take a moment and appreciate the sights of the Long Dark, because gosh, it can be gorgeous. This is one of them. You can hear the Aurora fading away. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, burns for another 6 hours. Okay, we're gonna put some water here. This is basically our main base because of the forge and the bed. There we are. Okay, we can drink this. Then I'm gonna go check these bunkhouses to see if there's more scrap there for more arrows. Put that on. Grab a torch. That's a very bad torch. In fact, we could maybe even harvest these just to get rid of them. I'm not carrying them around. We only need a couple torches for this. Let me just check something out of curiosity. Okay. Let's get a better torch as well. Okay, not very good, but that's okay. So we're gonna go over here to these destroyed bunkhouses over here, where there can be some scrap metal that's laying around. We'll grab that. We can also grab this wood. We'll probably stay here for a little bit, sleeping and whatnot. If there is a sapling over here, which I think there might be, I'll probably grab it and cure it too, but I might do that later. We'll see. Actually, under here, I think there's a container, yeah. Lopsided container. Nothing in it. Be on the lookout for wolves. Okay, so these destroyed bunkhouses, sometimes you find a little bit of scrap metal that's laying around. You can also harvest a storm lantern if you want to. Let's just look around here. We got a book that we don't need. That's probably Polaroid. Yeah. Okay, that's the eastern one. Let's look around. Is there anything else? Does not look like there's anything else. Wood. Ah, there is one scrap. Nice. There's 2 more arrows, you know? I might also just harvest the other storm lantern. I don't really need it. Let's grab this one.
If I don't warm up
okay,
soon.
So we'll head back and I'll forge some more arrows, and I think I'm actually going to harvest the other storm lantern. Oh, well, actually what I might do, I might harvest the low condition storm lantern. It has more fuel in it, but you get the fuel back. And then we can use that one. We don't need 2 storm lanterns, they're mostly just for storage. Like on my main interloper rounds, I just have 1 storm lantern on me at all times. And the others are just for display, really. Don't really do anything else with them. And that's okay. But here, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. We're gonna instead harvest them for the scrap. So let's see here. Come on, come on. I think the wind is picking up. Yeah, it is picking up. Alright, so let's grab stuff here. Now, I'm going to take this back to sort some of that out. And here, let's take this out. And this. The rest is okay. Yeah. And then let's see how long for this. Okay, an hour. Let's see here. So, we're going to harvest this one. Gives us 1 scrap metal. That's it. There we go. We can harvest other stuff, but I'm not going to. Like this, for example, or this, you know. But we're not going to. We got 2 of them now. I don't think there's any... If I had another pry bar, this would be good, because it gives us 2. But I don't have one. Okay. Then we're going to put 2 liters on here. And then we'll forge some more arrows. So now we have 6 arrowheads. Which is much better. Blizzard. Let's make sure that there isn't anything else I can harvest, like metal-wise. There's the tools, but I'm not going to harvest those, because tools are going to be hard to come by. So we're not going to harvest those. If I had a hacksaw, I could harvest these. But I don't have a hacksaw, so... Okay. If I had multiple pots, I could harvest that too. Okay. We can put the other book in here now. Let's put that in there. Okay, I want to have a little look at the clothing items here. But let's have a look first. So these are better. These are very light, but these are just so much better. So we'll put those on. Then here, I'm pretty sure this is better. It's just that it needs repairing. But it requires 2 cloth, which is a bit of a pain. But this could be useful now. And then you put this on. And we harvest this. Gives us 2 cloth. And I also have a cap I can harvest. And then I'm going to try to repair, I think. Although, what's my repair skill? 1. Don't I have a repair book? It might be worth to wait. I think actually that's probably smartest. Wait to repair anything until you are level 2. I think so, because that will be easier. Did I just put coal on there? No, I didn't. I put 6 on. So let's read this. Does this level me up? It does not, but I can still read though. And if I find another book, then I can repair. Or if I find more cloth, but there isn't really much of it. I think we can read 1 more hour and then I get tired. Yeah. I might want to finish this book though. But because of that, we can also harvest the shoes. Takes an hour 15. Yeah, I might do that. We'll leave it for later. 4 people. I think it's too risky because if I try to repair this, there's such a high chance that it fails.
Getting a bit thirsty.
So we're gonna leave all of this. I'm gonna put the feathers in. No, I'm gonna put them in here too because I'll just forget. So put all the feathers in here. Put this in there. Put the hooks in there. We can put one. We just carry the sewing kits. It's fine. We'll put the arrowheads. We have 6 arrows. That's enough. We can put some backup cattails in here. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I think so. Let's put some matches in here too. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I think we're going to sleep now. Let's eat some food first. How much health do we have? Quite a bit. I might leave this behind. So the lowest condition stuff, I might leave that here for now. So this, and also this. And we can open this later as well. Let's just put these here. Doesn't matter if they get lower condition or whatever. There we are. Now what we're going to do, we're going to eat this. And this. I'm gonna eat the dog food. Let me just check something. I'm pretty sure that because we have a can opener, it's going to use the can opener. So let's just see if that happens. And it doesn't, because it can also use the hatchet or the knife, but I don't see why it would do that if you have the can open. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what happened. Then we'll eat this. And this. And have a drink. And also the hammer. We don't need to carry the hammer around anymore. So we can put the hammer in here. Just do that. There we go. We can do a quick mapping. Okay, it's too low. We can harvest these. And then we're going to put some more wood on and sleep. For 10 hours. How much wood can I put on? We'll put on whatever we got, really. Let's also break this down. We could also break down this. And this. 39. Yeah, let's do it. We're just doing this to have the fire burn longer. Okay, so let's put on most of this, so we can sleep for 10 hours. Yeah. That shouldn't actually burn for 10 hours, even though it says 9. And it should burn less, because, I mean longer, because we're outdoors. So let's sleep here now for 10 hours. This should more or less put us at full health. Yeah, this is still burning like I thought. Not very much left, but that's okay. And we're no longer heavy because we've gotten rid of all our stuff. So now we're nice and light again. We have a base. This base is fair enough. Dependent on fire and wood. But as our gear gets better, we can transition to have our bed in the nearby cave. Let's see, how much longer is it of the night? Not very long. I would prefer not to use coal if I can avoid it. I might have to use a couple pieces. We can get more anyway, so it's okay. Sleep 2 more hours. We're full health now. Fully rested. All good. Then what I want to do now is I want to go get the memento. And we're definitely going to be cold now. Going around. Could have made some more water while I slept there. Let's just grab one of these. I want to get some good torches. That's good enough. And let's also just drop the teas we do have here, just to get some warmth, although I don't think we really need to drink them. There we are. And this has an hour and a half left. Let's put 2 liters. Grab these. Okay. We're going to check out this memento. I think it's over by those rocks over there, but we're going to take a little detour via these wolves up here to check out what's in this cave and see if there's a maple sapling or something like that. Then we'll get the memento cache. Gotta be a little bit careful with this bear though. Okay, it is cold, but it's not as cold as I feared. We'll probably drink one of the teas anyway. Now we're nice and light. We have almost 10 kilos of carry capacity free. We move nice and fast. We can sprint if we need to. But I don't have wood either, that's what's making me so light. I knew the wolf was there, but it still scared me. Those barks, you know. A bit of a dangerous area to go to. I think there's more wolves. Yeah, there's one there. And this is a broken tower, but in the past, yeah, here's a sapling, a birch sapling. Now we can cut those down. Confused wolf. And I think I have seen maple here as well. And there's also a cave over here I want to check out. I'm gonna do all of that and then go for the memento. Let's actually have a drink. We'll drink this. Yeah, warming up. And is this the same wolf or another wolf? I wasn't really paying attention, so. Why are they all going where I'm supposed to go? It's going into the cave. That's where I want to go. There it comes. Okay, good. Alright, let's see what's in this cave. If anything, we got... looks like accelerant. Some wood. And a corpse. What's on this corpse? Nothing. Okay, well, let's continue. I don't mind if I get a little bit cold, so that's okay. We're not going to be that protective of the health. Now that we're full health. Okay, so here's the broken tower, and I think the memento cache is down by these like double rocks or something. Let's also have a quick look at the tower itself. Is there anything here? Doesn't look like there's anything. Okay. Ah, more saplings. We'll take those. Wouldn't say no to some maple though. Take all of these. I could leave them in that cave to cure. That cave is closer to the forge. But the problem with that cave is that there's kind of all these wolves around it. So if I want to go there and collect something, if I don't have a fire on me or something else to deter them, then it just causes more headache. While the other cave, the other direction, you can probably get there without interacting with wolves. It might be unlucky, there's like 1 or 2 wolves in the way, but then you can go around them. But here it's a little bit difficult, so. This cave is closer, but impractical. Sun is coming up. Could make a fire just to map, I suppose. I think that is over here. Like there, see that archway? I think it's around there. We just have to be a bit careful of the bear. There's a bear around here somewhere. I don't see him right now though. But he's here somewhere. Would be nice if some more sun could come out soon. This looks like it would be here, yeah. So I think that is down there. We'll go and check. And actually we're not that far from the other hunter's blind, and I think you can find maple there. So actually let's go get some maple if that's the case. It's cold, but the sun is coming up so we can see quite well. I'm gonna have a look around here too though. Might make a fire in a little bit. Not just yet though. I'm still keeping an eye out for this bear. don't really want to run into him. So I think the memento is down here.
I can't feel my hands.
No bear? Good. There's here somewhere. I think. Let's have a look around. This? Ah, it is this. Open. Pff, MRE? I'm not sure if that's intentional for interloper. Maybe it is. Maybe, I mean, it could be. I'll take it. And it's dim. That's fantastic. All right. Nice. I didn't know that it was right here, but I did know that it was a rock. Because I had heard about that. That was a nice find. It's possible that the MRE is intended. That's not something you get on interloper, but I mean, suppose if it's in a cache like that, it might be one of those rare cases where MRE can be found on interloper, but it's extremely rare. So yeah, it could be intended. I don't think it is, but it could be. Now let's have a look over here. I'm not a big fan of this wind, though. This could blow out my torch. And it did. But we're gonna go here. Because there is a chance of maple over here. So I'm going to do a little tour of Forlorn Muskeg now, just to see if I can find a maple. That's a tiny branch. Wood, scrap, fantastic, that's what I wanted. 8 arrows is better than 6. Although I probably will forge those arrows later if I find more scrap metal. I'm gonna take some cold damage here.
Looks like I made it through another night.
I think. Keep an eye out. I'm happy to take the cold damage because I want to loot this. There's the wolf I could hear. We don't need to go all the way over there, but on the other side of these rocks you can sometimes find maple. Let's go, let's run actually, because we have we're getting quite cold. Let's check out this hunter's blind first. Let's wait a little bit. He was well hidden. I didn't see him there. Okay, let's wait with the bear then. He spotted me. That's okay, because we are going to go over here. He's mostly just in the way, so he's a nuisance, if anything. We'll warm up in the cave up ahead. What I'm looking for here is... I'm gonna grab this, just in case. I see birch, but what I want is maple. I don't need those birch saplings right now. There's my maple. The wolf is in the way though. Quick. We got our maple. Let's see if we can avoid this wolf altogether. Would be good. We'll leave the hunter's blind for later. Up here we go. We're going to take our shortcut up to Edge Marsh, aka Marsh Ridge. There's a shortcut here. You just go all the way up here. I never done this with a wolf behind me though, but should be just up here. Up, up, up we go. Come on. Up, 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 up. More up. There we are. And then we go over here. He gave up. Then we go over here. On this sledge. And up. And up. And up. And on this pointer. And up. And over here. And up. There we are. Good luck following this, Wolfie. And here there's rabbits and things, which we don't really need right now, I guess. But I suppose we could grab them and harvest them while we warm up. Because we want people other way wolves here. One. Where's the other one gone? There we go. Let's see, have some pelts for later, as well as some guts that are curing. That's the last rabbit. Where'd you go? Somewhere. Ah, there he is. We're taking cold damage, but that's okay. These rabbits are easy to harvest now because we have a bedroll, we have the knife. Okay, we're gonna leave the rest that's here. Oh, another one. Got enough stuff now. Now over here, there's a little cave, and there's more maple here. We're gonna grab those two. We're basically on the other side of the forge now. We only need really 2 maple, because the first bow you make tend to break fairly quickly, but the second bow lasts much longer. This cave they used to have a guaranteed stim, but it's not anymore. It's in that cache I looted earlier. Anything else there though, maybe? Chips, okay. Sewing kit. And then we're gonna go into this transition cave that's over here. Wait, did I remember to refuel this? I didn't. So the fuel is back at base. Oh well. So in this cave, we're going to harvest our rabbits to warm up. We can cook it next time we make a fire. Which we might do in here. I don't think so though. Let's go in here. There we go. I'm just going to go inside here a little bit, and what we're going to do, we're going to drop our saplings so they can cure a bit while we harvest this stuff. So let's start with this. So if I use by hand, it takes that long, We're going to take the hides by hand. But we'll take the guts by knife. And the meat, 16, I guess we'll take the knife for that as well. Yeah, the knife for everything except the hide. The hide usually, for most animals, is the same whether you use the knife or the hands. It hardly takes any condition from the knife. It takes us like more or less an hour per rabbit. So that's why I put the stuff down to cure. And we'll cook this as well. I don't know if we'll cook it right now. It depends a little bit on the weather outside. So if the weather's very bad, we'll make a fire in here. But I might make a fire anyway just to cook these things.
Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
Have one or two and then have a drink also. Hide. There we go. So we got quite a lot of that. I don't want to cure it here though. We're going to take it with us back to the base. But it might. So these have cured 5%, you know, it's something. Let's go through here. I don't think we need the lantern, it's very light. I'll pick up any wood we find, any coal, and I might make a fire here actually, and cook this. We'll see. Just because we really smell. We're gonna smell with the guts anyway, but it's a bit easier to once you have cooked the meat. I think over there might be a rope, which we don't need. I'll take the wood though. I might use a match and cook this. Could also arguably just stay here for the night after we cooked it, because we are getting a bit tired, so we're going to be heavy. So there is an argument for actually staying here for the night to warm up. It's the other way, but I'm going to check over here. I think it's a little like corner of loot here somewhere. Wait, do you see that? Oh, stones. I think it's over here, there's like a little corner. There we are. Coal, 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 and backpack. Oh. Revolver and ammunition. Seems intentional. Meanwhile on interloper. Revolver. This is clearly a bug. They are not introducing guns to interloper. I would be very surprised if they did, but when you find loot like that and it's invisible, then usually that means it's a bug. And this does happen when they change loot stuff, so it's not that unusual for this to happen. So at the moment, like the MRE I found, not sure if that's intentional. That might be a bug. The other stuff in that cache is probably deliberate, but so far I have found things like revolver, MRE. I found a, what was it? A wool shirt. I found a hunting knife and some other stuff that's not meant to be an interloper. So these things happen. There are sometimes these loot bugs. They will be fixed eventually. The same thing happened when Schryver Valley was released as a region, which was in 2017, I think that was. May have been 2018. Maybe it was 2018, I'm not sure. But in any case, when Schryver Valley was released, there were a lot of bugs, and people found revolvers and interloper and that sort of thing. Ah, here's the rope, which we don't need. Okay, I think we're actually going to make a fire here, so we can cook all this meat. And I think we'll actually stay here for the night to get some energy back. I left my pot back at the farm, but that's alright, because that was to make water. I'm going to drop all of this. Let it cure for a bit. There we are. Little collection of stuff, and then we're going to make a fire. Let's do it here. We should be alright sleeping in this cave without the fire burning, because it's indoors. This is where the indoor hours come from, you know. There we go. And then that lasts for a while. Put some sticks on there too. It's probably good enough. And we have enough water, but I'm still going to make some. And then we'll cook the rabbits. Let's do the Muskeg. Where would I happen to put them on there? 15 minutes. Yeah, craft this then. Yeah, eat that. We're gonna eat all of the rabbit. We're not gonna keep any of it. Craft these two. We'll make the teas as well. Make the tea. Anything else to do? We can harvest bad torches, I guess. They're not really bad as such, but I want them to be, well, better than that, basically. 30 or so. So I'm just gonna do that as an activity while I wait for these things to cook. Not so bad. I'm just going to repeat this process until I get what I want, more or less. That's done. Make birch tea. 5 minutes. Oh, also, we're only getting bad torches today. Acceptable. Take that. I want a couple more torches. This is also, I think, acceptable. Barely. And then let's grab maybe 1 or 2 more. Yeah, that one's good enough. And then 1 more. Might get full with these rabbits, which will be good.
I'm not sure I can carry
it's okay, yeah. Alright, that's enough torches. Now we're gonna put some more sticks on. And do that. Put that in. And then I think we're more or less done here. I'm gonna put, by the way, I'm gonna put the revolver in the storage, so when we get back to the base, this goes in storage. I'm not gonna use it, because I'm pretty sure it's not intentional, so using it feels a bit like a cheat. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a cheat, it would be more like an exploit. You're kind of utilizing bugs to your advantage, but if this happens to you, you do whatever you want. Like, I've seen many interloper players so far, they find a revolver on interloper, and then they just use it. There's only so many bullets anyway. So, and you can craft more if you like, so it's more like a unique weapon. So, if you want to use it, yeah, just use it. Why not? How long for this? I got 2 hours. I can probably do that, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I will make water. And let's eat this. Eat that as well. I'll make 1 more of those. Put some more sticks on here. Eat the rabbit. Getting full on rabbit here. Get a rabbit starvation. We can take 1 more water, and I think that's enough. Alright, it made us full. And then we have this, which I think is a scrap. Yeah. Take that, and that's it. So we don't need... I mean, we're not going to keep the fire burning until morning, so that's alright. Let's see here for our water. Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to read this. Finish this book.
I'm getting tired.
And then... while I think it's still light out, we're gonna go outside. Oh wow, I was going to map, but so much for that. And then we're going to sleep. There isn't, okay, I can only see now. There we are, yeah. So I'm going to sleep here, put this down here. And we will finish eating this. We'll have a drink. And oh, I can read this too. Can I read an hour? I think I can read 1 hour and then it gets too dark. I can try another hour, but it's not going to work because I'm going to get either tired or it's going to be too dark. Yeah, it's too dark. That's alright. So we're going to sleep 10 hours now. And we get some health back and everything. It should be warm enough. Yes, it's 10 degrees. And there's a blizzard outside. It will get slightly colder in the night. But not cold enough that we'll die from it. It might start going down to a little bit, but not a lot. Like, as you can see, it's pretty much the same. This bed was used, so. Okay, we can eat this. Have a drink, and we'll just sleep 2 more hours. Because it's early morning, and I can check quickly to see if it's light enough to map. Just for the sake of our mapping. Which it is. There we go. Oh, this is the Polaroid. I thought it was the other one. We can maybe map the Polaroid, but we'll see. Yeah, let's grab this now. Just want to see. Okay, it's just in front of me. Yeah, sleep 2 more hours. And then we'll take all this stuff, and we'll probably attract some wolves, but we'll deal with it. Okay, let's eat. We'll eat this. I want to make myself lighter if I can. Oh, this only makes me so much lighter. Oh, this was not really necessary because of the hydration, but. And then we eat this until we're full. And then in like 3 days we can make our bows and whatnot. Yeah. So we're still going to smell.
Man, this pack is
a little bit heavy also. But we don't smell as much, so it's okay. We could drop something to be lighter, but it's not that important. We're only slightly heavier. There we are. Got some bad weather. But we'll deal with it. Sorry. Are there wolves? Are you out, wolves? No, there's deer today. Nice. Okay. Then we can utilize this because I think it's actually enough visibility to map. Let's just check here quick. Got backpack. Magnifying lens. Hey, that's a huge find. It is invisible though. It could be a bug. But it would be feasible that you could find a mag lens somewhere like this. Actually, in the past, you could find a mag lens here on interloper. So, it might be a bug, might not be, but I probably will use it. Here is the vista as well. So let's see if I can... Am I protected here? Yes. Let's drop these just in case. And we can map. There we go, look at that. Nice. Backpack and metal container. You can even see where some of the stuff is. We didn't check this, but that's okay. We're gonna head back home now. But we're gonna go via this route down here. Because we need to put this to cure. Where is the metal? I don't see any metal container. Ah, here's the backpack. Nothing in that. I don't see a container though. Am I blind or something? Metal, is it over here? I didn't see one next. Oh, up here. Wow, okay. That's new. Hey, cool. That's awesome. Alright, let's grab this again. And onwards we go. We smell But so be it. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll probably attract wolves from a mile away. Here they are already. But we'll do our best. Just avoid them. He's probably going to go all the way around to where I was. Yeah, that one, yeah. I'm gonna go via this cave that's up here. Can be wolves there too usually, but I'm gonna go via this cave up here to warm up. I don't mind running because we can just sleep to get rid of this weather. Have the flare ready. I mean, I have this also, but you know. Okay. That looks like it's getting worse, but we'll see. Okay, here's our little cave. Are we warm in here? Yes, we are. So then I'm going to drop this along with this. And okay, I will drop this too. I'm going to sleep here for like 2 hours. Just barely warm enough. And the weather improved, which is good. Then I'm going to head to... We're fully rested, that's good. Let's also just eat some stuff. I'll pick up some more cattails eventually, but for now we're good. I'm just eating this to get rid of some carry weight. We're still going to be heavy though when I pick this up. But it's okay. How heavy am I exactly? 2 kilos is a bit much. I would drop some things, but I'm taking it with me. I'm gonna go this way. And now we're much warmer, but I do smell. Okay, I can make a fire if I want to, because I have the mag lens. So if I need a torch or heat, I can do that. The mag lens, even though that mag lens was invisible, so that is possibly a bug. But that is an area where you could find a mag lens before an interloper. And the mag lens is an item that you can find an interloper. So the rule that I tend to follow when I play interloper and there's loot bugs around is that if there is a potential loot bug that gives you something that you would normally find an interloper anyway, then you can use it. So the mag lens will be one of those. Although the mag lens is rare, but you can find, I think, up to 4 of them. And another one, I don't know why there's 1 scent line, not 2 now. That's weird. And another one is, that's a bear, is things like you find ketchup chips or an extra book or something, you know. And that's, it may be a bug, but you can use it. But if you find a revolver, that's not an interloper anyway. So unless I get confirmation at some point that this is intended, I consider that a bug. Bear's out for a walk over there. It is odd that I smell only 1 scent bar on me. It's very strange. Well, earlier it was 2. If I'd guess, it could be that the guts are curing and that's what's doing it. But what it could also be is the wind. That because, this is just a guess, I never actually checked if this is the case. But it could be that if it's windy, your scent goes up because your scent travels further. That would be a guess. It makes sense that it's like that, or should I say it makes scent that it's like that. So it could be that, but I'm not sure. The bear will probably follow me. Yeah. You can kill a bear with a revolver, by the way. I wouldn't recommend it. With a revolver, you can actually kill a bear with one shot. That is to say, you will never one-shot a bear with a revolver. It's not possible. You can one-shot a wolf with a revolver. You hit the wolf in the head, he can go down in one hit. The bear will not go down in one hit with a revolver. You can kill a bear in one hit with the rifle, with the bow, and the flare gun. But you cannot do it with a revolver. At least I've never seen that before. I have seen people kill a moose and a bear with 2 hits on a revolver, but they were both headshots and they were both critical hits. But usually it takes a lot more than that. I've seen as many as 30 bullets go into a bear before it goes down. So you're not meant to hunt with a revolver, but you can if you want to. However, my point is that you can, in principle, if you have a revolver, if you're playing on low difficulty, or you use the one you found, an interloper, you can kill a bear with one hit in the sense that it will bleed out. So you shoot at the bear, it starts bleeding, and then yeah, it will die out. It will bleed out and die eventually. So you can kill a bear in one hit like that. It just takes a little bit of time. You just gotta make sure it actually is bleeding.
Jesus, this is cold.
I can hear wolf howls, but I don't see any wolves. Where are they? I can see a snow shelter. A torch laying on the ground randomly. A mega torch, which is a torch that's 100%. Thanks, Dunn. So over here there is, I can see it, there's the snow shelter here. We've more or less done the full loop now of Forlorn Muskeg, but we haven't checked everything. We haven't gone to the cave that's over there, we haven't been up here, we haven't been at the Hunter's Blind on the other side, a couple other smaller places. Hey, a crowbar! This is awesome. Sardines.
Okay.
Wood, and also this will give us 2 cloth. Look at that. Why did I get like that was weird. Do you see I dismantled that and it gave me cloth?
Too cold to think.
But now it's like it's still there. I'm not sure if that was a glitch or if I only partially dismantled it or what happened there. There have been a couple of glitches lately, which are like you get double loot. Sometimes you pick up an item and there's another one right there. So maybe it's that, I don't know. I'm going to use my dubious mag lens now to start a fire. So I can dismantle this while warm. We'll put on a piece of coal. We'll also put down these to make a little bit more water. And then we'll harvest this again. There we go, now it worked. I did get 3 cloth from that. But I had one on me. Or did I find ones also? I think I got 3 cloth from that. And it said 2, I think. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I'll take it. We're never going to use it, so. Nice. I don't think we need to warm up any teas. We can just take a torch and go. See, now it's 2 scents. Holy crap, scent lines. Now it's 1. Oh, that's weird. There is some wind though, maybe it is... I don't know. I don't have any other food that smells. Okay, over there is Larry's cave. Larry's cave is the cave to Bleak Inlet. If I hadn't gotten the bedroll already, I probably would actually go there. Because while the saplings are curing, I could go and I could get I can get the bedroll. So I can go through into Bleak Inlet, try and carefully avoid the Timberwolves. Doesn't always work. Make my way onto the ice and grab that bedroll. A little bit of a tricky thing to do, but perfectly possible to do. That's probably what I would have done. But at the moment, there isn't really a reason for me to go there. I don't know. There isn't much reason to go to Bleak Inlet. In Bleak Inlet, if I go there, I will go via Ravine to get to the upper level, so I can attach the rope. I blew out. The rope, there is a rope in the lookout tower, but the lookout tower, I think the rope is usually on the outside, not the inside, so you can grab it and go down. But there isn't that much to loot, so let me think. In Bleak Inlet, you can loot the cars and some stuff outside on the plateau. Down below, you can loot. There's usually a campsite you can loot. There's some coal near the destroyed houses. You can loot the lighthouse. There's usually a flare or so there. There's also a 6-burner stove, which is, I think, the only 6-burner stove we can use. So it is possible to live there and be quite well off, because you can live in the bear cave. There's a cave near the lighthouse, which is where the bear lives, but you can kill the bear, make that cave your home, and then if you need to make water and preserve wood, you can go to the lighthouse, which has a 6 hub stove. I think that's the only one that's outdoors, but the other ones is in farm. Then there and there. I think they're all indoors except that one, yeah. There's also in the cannery, there is an area behind a corner which opens some doors where there are some lockers and things, which I would say counts as outside. You can go in there on Outerloper because the warmth bonus you get is very, very small. And then there's a couple hunters' blinds to loot, a couple caves. I guess that's it. So there's the odd little thing to get there, I suppose. Yeah. Alright, so this cave here is going to be our main storage cave, because now we're not far from the farm, and here we can leave everything to cure. And then when it's done, we can take this to the farm and then start crafting stuff. So we're going to do that. So we're going to leave this stuff here in a little bit more of an organized fashion. Leave the guts here. Leave these here. Leave these here. And these here. Alright. And just in case I forget, I put... actually, we'll do that at the top here, so... main base is FM farm plus nearby cave 4x rabbit, 4x guts, and it's 4x birch and 3x maple, so we can make a bow. Fantastic, but I have some stuff on me I need to get rid of as well, so I'm gonna go and do that. And then we'll see. So that's still gonna take a couple of days to cure, so I can't make the bow just yet. When it has been cured, then I can do it. So now I'm not sure exactly what I would do while that's curing. It's gonna take about 4 days, because I believe maple and actually guts might be 4 days, but the maple is 5 days. It's longer than the birch, and it basically has cured for 1 day already by me being in that cave. Maybe not quite 1 day. So yeah. What day are we on? We're on day 12. Yeah, day 16, I guess, is okay. day 16 is good. There are things we could do in those 4 days. We could go... where could we go? We could probably go get some loot while we wait. We could go to... The best bet is probably to go to Milton and Schryver Valley. In Milton, in Mountain Town, there isn't that much to loot. There's a lot of houses and stuff. There's a few things to loot though, but it's not very much. But you can connect to Schryver Valley easily, and in Schryver Valley basically everything is outdoors. So let's say we take a day to get to Schryver Valley, and then we spend 2 days in Schryver Valley, and then a day back. Probably would take about four days or so. Well, that's pretty good. In Schryver Valley, we should find a hacksaw. This is all outdoors, so in caves. We should find some matches, a pry bar, a hacksaw, a bedroll, a hammer, an air wrap, and combat pants, and Mackinac jacket. All of which is outdoors, so loot-wise is pretty good. I would love to go to Ash Canyon and get the technical backpack, but I can't because the technical backpack is in a mine, and that's indoors. Now, the gold mine is technically a connector mine, but it doesn't connect to another region. You don't need it to go anywhere. When you go out on the other side on the mine, you end up by some ropes, but you can just go to those ropes. So for the same reason, in Desolation Point, there's like a mine there, and that also doesn't count. So, because generally speaking, at least by the rules I'm using, caves are fine, including caves with loading screen and transition caves and all that stuff, and on my rules you can loot them, you can stay there, you can sleep there. They are indoors, but they are natural formations. They are not man-made structures. You are still technically outside, or not outside, but you're outdoors. You know, you're outdoors if not outside, right? So in my rule, those count, although some other people play it and they don't allow those things. But in terms of mines are not natural caves, they are man-made caves. So they are effectively the same as structures. So in my rule, you are allowed to go through 2 mines only, which is the one to Coastal Highway and the one to Desolation Point. Because if you can't use those, we can't travel to those regions and they become locked off. So those are okay. You can also loot them. I think I will say that maybe the workbench there is off limits. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see. Maybe you can use it, maybe not. But in my rules, you can use those mines freely. But there are also connector mines, like there's a whole bunch of other mines. Like there's the mines in, for example, we can go on the world map. It's easier. So in Ash Canyon, there's the gold mine. In Blackrock, there's the other gold mine, because there's 2 gold mines. And then in Desolation Point, there's a connector mine. And are there any other ones? I guess, is that, yeah. So there are like, what's that? There's basically 5 mines. But only 2 of them are acceptable. The other 3 you cannot enter. But of course, if you're playing this, you can play however you want. So if you want to play Outerloper and do it a bit easier, one thing you can do is you can say that you have to stay outdoors. You can use caves, but you can't go inside. But there are a couple of exceptions. You can, for example, say that you're allowed to enter the gold mine in Ash Canyon to pick up the crampons and the backpack, and visit it once, say, and then never again. You can also say that you are allowed to go into the prison, because technically when you go into prison, you go through this guard area, which gives you some warmth, and debatable whether that's indoors or outdoors. You can say that's allowed. You can also say you're allowed to go inside the prison to pick up the vest, but then that's it. right? If you're going to be really kind to yourself, you can say that also you're allowed to use the dam, but only as a transition zone. Like you can't stay there or loot it, or maybe you can, but you can pass through. So it depends. There are no decided upon rules with Outerloper. Outerloper is very fluid because there's a lot of areas that are kind of gray areas. Are they outdoors? Are they not outdoors? And then there are certain items that are unique that can only be found indoors. So then the question becomes, should that be allowed? And ultimately you have to decide for yourself. You can be ultra hard and say, no, nothing's allowed, and we're going to play it on Nogoa as well, and do it as hard as possible. Or you can be mild and allow certain exceptions to make it more enjoyable. What matters with Outerloper is just that number one rule is you play it the way you want to play it so that you have fun. And the other rule is stay outdoors, but you get to define what outdoors means. Okay, that's basically it. So for me, I have decided that I cannot enter the mine or the prison. So I cannot get the vest, I cannot get the backpack. Those are banned for me, but I can enter the mines in Coastal Highway and Desolation Point, and I can also stay in them if I want. That's pretty much how I do it. And there are a couple of buildings that I'm not sure if they count as indoors or not, like the Stone Church, that is allowed as far as I'm concerned. In Hush River Valley also, there are 2 ice caves, and for me those are allowed. They are natural formations, you can go there. I don't see why not, And by the way, the same applies if you go to the Forsaken Airfield. You have to go through this like train tunnel, which is technically a man-made structure, but that's of course also okay. Otherwise you can't go there. But yeah, okay. Did this boil? It did. Nice. I'm gonna take that back. Nice. We'll eat this soon. Let's do some inventory management here. I'm going to put this one in there. We'll probably harvest the pry bar, to be honest. Let's harvest this. Let's do it somewhere warm though. Yeah, it's a bit warm up here. Because it gives us scrap metal, and I want scrap metal. It gives us 2. And we could actually harvest... No, you can't harvest these. Okay, well, fine. There we go. So now we have a little bit more scrap metal. We have 3 extra. I'm not going to use them though. Not until I have a bit more scrap metal. Drop these. We don't need those. We don't need all this coal. That's fine. And let's drop some stuff in here. I would like to repair this before it goes bad, but we'll deal with it. Put this in there. Put these in there. Put that in there. It's a little bit heavy. Like, what am I guess it's the torches for the most part. That's so heavy. This we're going to put in there, as well as these. We'll carry all of this stuff. Put in... We'll carry 2 of these, I think. Yeah, and one of these has been in red, hasn't it? This one, yeah. So let's put that there. And then again, let's eat a bit. Gonna eat this to get the can. And then we'll eat some of these, and then we're more or less done. I would like to be a little bit less heavy if I can. I think I'm carrying too much stuff. I think it's the woods doing it. I'll have a look in a sec. There we go. Let me see. So we're almost light, but we're carrying something. I think it's also mostly the torches, to be honest. This one we can harvest. It's terrible. We got a lot of torches, which is good, because there's limited matches here, but it is quite heavy. I might also drop these cedar woods. Yeah. And we can drop us some sticks as well. We'll find more sticks, so... Let's do like this many. Yeah, there we are. Then I'm going to take advantage of this weather and sleep for like an hour. And then we'll go from there. There we are. All right. So with that, fellow survivors, we're on day 12. We got stuff curing. This other stuff is cured by now. I'm not going to make my way all the way back there. You can forget it. The ravine cave I could go grab, of course. But yeah, with that, we have achieved the main objective to get sustainability now. We have the hatchet, we have the knife, and we have some arrowheads. Only 6, but I can make 6 more if I need to. I think I'll make do with 6 for now. And we just need to wait for the saplings and guts to cure, and then we're good. Then we can make the bow. And when that happens, we're good. Then we'll go kill a bear, we'll look for moose, and eventually we'll get the moosehide satchel, bear coat, and things are going to get a lot easier in the long dark, in Outerloper, once we have those things. So yeah, it's looking pretty good now. We just need to wait for those to cure, and we can do more or less where we want, but I think the smartest thing to do, because we need to kill like 4 days, call it 5 days, for things to cure. The smartest thing to do is probably to go to Schryver Valley, and while we go there we can get some more clothing items and stuff like that, and then when we come back here we'll have slightly better gear, and then we can make the bow. That's probably the smartest thing to do. It's also not that far away. The alternative will be something like the far range Forsaken Airfield, but there isn't really much to find outdoors there. I guess we could do it, but I don't think I want to do it without the weapon. Could also go to Bleak Inlet, but that's a bit risky also without a weapon. Could do it though. But I think it's better to go to Bleak Inlet with the bow, because we'll probably find a moose in Bleak Inlet. We could go to Mystery Lake is the other option, but we've looted about half of what there is to loot outdoors already. So the smartest move is probably Schryver Valley, but we'll see. Well, in any case, that is Outerloper Part 2. Hope you enjoyed. Hope if you are doing this yourself, however you are doing it, whatever your rules are, hope you're having a good time. It's a very good challenge to do, because even though it's much harder than regular Interloper, because it forces you outside all the time, it does teach you a lot of stuff. You know, it teaches you where beds are, what loot you can find outside, and how to sustain yourself. So it's a really good challenge. It's something that's difficult, but not so difficult that it's annoying. And you can always be forgiving and say, oh, it's a little bit too hard, we'll allow this rule or something. You just play it. There's no wrong way to approach this challenge, except if you go indoors all the time, then you're just playing regular Interloper. But other than that, you play it however you want. And with that, I think that's enough for now. Thank you, survivors, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.